Shit. I remember the first time I wrote my name. What the fuck is that, bro? You all right? You nervous?
Kindergarten,
you
like
nervous?
There, bro. Hey, you want us to fucking put 2 lines, little line down
Are
the
you
middle?
nervous right now?
I never do this. Usually,
I always do that shit. Hey, use your other hand, bro. I think it's the wrong one. Welcome to another episode of $20 Chef. Another special guest alert. Hey, the NFL wasn't enough. You had to go and take over the Food Network. My man, Eddie Jackson.
What's up, baby?
The next Food Network star.
What's up, guys? I'm Eddie Jackson, former professional football player turned chef and personal trainer.
It has so much finesse. I love it.
What's up, guys? I'm Eddie Jackson.
I don't know if I care what he's making. I'll watch anyway.
Thank you folks for coming on the show.
Pleasure.
Look at this, Game Day Eats. I mean, NFL turned chef, not just chef, celebrity chef, and then heading back to your old stomping ground and taking over what the people who used to watch what you were doing then should be eating before they do that.
Exactly. Telling you exactly what you're supposed to be eating. Basically what it is tailgating at home.
Yep.
Taking all the stuff that you eat out of the tailgate, but bringing it back into the home, right?
Yeah, I love that. I mean, sometimes the older I get, the more lazy I am. I don't want to leave. I just want to eat the food.
Well, see, a lot of times when you're at home and you may have one too many,
Yep.
you ain't got to drive nowhere. You're already home.
Yeah, and all you got to do is put the game on loud as shit. And technically, you could feel like you're at the game.
We got literally everything you can think of to have a successful home game.
All right, so to make it to the NFL, be an elite athlete like that, that has to be your sole focus. How did you switch into food? What was that transition? Is that a culinary school here, or did you just go from the hip?
Yeah, I went straight from the hip.
Let's go.
I went from my grandmother's hip.
Okay. Also, your grandma coming up. She was the one teaching you all the
Both
cooking.
of my grandmothers were chefs, so I
Okay.
grew up in that whole world to where like my grandmothers were, the ones doing all the food, but they also taught their children how to cook. So, my dad, my mom, also great cooks. So I grew up in that whole world, that mentality of cooking. Like we didn't go out and eat fast food.
Yep.
It was all about cooking
At home.
every day. And my
Did you have to be home at a certain point every day for dinner?
Oh yeah, if that light was going off,
Yep.
you had to have your ass
Yep.
right there at that table. We always ate together, talk about the day, and that's how I grew up, and that's why I like this book about home gating. After I got done playing in the NFL, I really went hardcore into food, like caterings and private events and things like that, and it kind of led me to where I was. So I mean, countless hours. I can remember sometimes I had catering events and I would be up for like 48 hours straight because it was like 250 people and I was doing it by myself.
That's a lot of stress.
That's a lot of stress, you know what I mean? But I was doing that,
4 people's enough.
Yeah, I was doing it, every week,
Yeah.
and then I got my big break on Food Network starting in 2015.
Yep. Well, I'm pumped you're here. It's a pleasure to have you in my kitchen cooking. So I know we're going to start off. You have a Cajun ketchup, is this right? A jerk ketchup?
Jerk ketchup, yeah, jerk ketchup. So what I like to do is kind of take things that people are familiar with and kind of put my own twist on it. You know what I mean? I travel a lot and I've been all over the country, and I kind of take all these different flavors and things that I've, whether I live there, whether I travel there, and I take it and kind of put my own spin on it, right?
And you started obviously with a food truck, Caribbean food truck, right, in Houston.
Yeah.
Are you from Houston?
No, I'm not from Dallas.
Okay, Dallas.
From Dallas. I lived in Miami for 12 years, and I fell in love with the Caribbean cuisine.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely fell in love with it.
All right, so we're throwing in all your spices here?
Yeah, so basically what we're doing is creating a rub right in here. So what I got going on is a little bit of thyme, dry oregano. This is like the key ingredient when it comes to like jerk spice, which is allspice,
okay.
right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so allspice is basically, they call it pimento. People tend to put this with more things when it comes to like baking, right? Because it kind of has notes of cinnamon and nutmeg.
Yep.
In Jamaica, they use it more as a savory ingredient.
All right, a little cayenne.
A little cayenne.
Give a little heat.
Yeah, jerk is all about heat, right? So we'll go down with a little bit of that.
Do you still have a food truck?
Yeah, so now what I do is I started out with a food truck years ago, but now I have a food truck park.
You invite people, the other trucks roll up
Yeah,
too?
so I have my trucks out there, then I invite some other people, and it's basically a party. It's 3 acres, we got 2 bars, a taco bar, we got a smoke shop.
You guys are playing cornhole out there?
We got
Because
cornhole.
I'll come out there and run a clinic on that whole city.
Man, last person told me that lost $20.
Let me show you a little something I got at the house
I'm
and
just
I warm
saying.
up on. You just hold on a second there. Let me tell you, this next level. This ain't a game.
Unless you come out here with a gold trophy.
No, I got an airmail box.
What the hell is that?
That's so I can work on my just swishing cornhole. You got to have a box just to work on swishes and get your own bags and shit. You know what I mean?
See, just
Here, you got to go over there and then I
All
got to put it down here. That's where how I
Let's
work
see.
out.
So all I'm trying to do is just let me get a couple more in me. I'll just
Get in there, you gotta
that was
warm
for
up.
distance. That was just to let me see the distance. Now I know I need a little bit more.
That was all. I mean, that would've went
That's
in.
it right there. Now we're working with fire right here.
Boom!
See what I'm
There it
saying?
is.
Now we're working with fire. Now we're working with fire.
Barbecue and cornhole. There's not many things on top of that.
We gotta have something to mix up in here, don't we? It don't matter. I got a fork bowl.
All stuff
We ain't
in
gotta get fancy.
So this is our jerk ketchup to go with our onion rings and our jerk sliders.
Taste
I already
that.
feel like we've been hanging
You're not
out for
gonna
a
want
long
regular
time.
ketchup no more.
That is delicious. All right, so I thought next up, want to just go ahead and start with the burgers?
So basically, the same spices that we use inside of that, we're gonna use in here. So
Okay, a little onion powder, a little garlic powder,
little garlic
thyme,
powder. We
oregano.
just eyeballing this. We don't got no
Yep.
measuring spoons around here, but I've done this a lot, so I'm pretty good.
Yeah, again, I have a lazy eye, so I eyeball stuff really. It's a real strong eyeball.
So what do you usually cook?
My main thing is the meat,
Yeah.
I want to be on the grill and obviously smoking meats, as we were talking about earlier. A lot of brisket. I'm just trying to get good at my brisket and ribs, really. That's
Well,
my
I got a
focus.
good recipe for brisket in there
Yeah.
that'll help you out.
I'm definitely have to bust that out because that's my shit right now.
Have you
I
mastered
figured-
it yet, though?
Master, I would say no, but it has been getting a lot better. So everybody's a meat expert, that at barbecue.
Everybody is a little meat expert.
They don't know shit, but they're all experts. That's one thing I really enjoy is the almost the extra silent respect you get for being the meat guy.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like, when it comes to smoking meat, it's a labor of love, right? For one, you got to have the patience for it. When I say that is that, in Texas, when we smoke meats, we'll get a case of beer and we're hanging out. And sometimes, if you cook a brisket, it can take 16 hours. So if you drinking beer for 16 hours and you still able to produce a pretty good piece of meat,
Yeah.
like you the man.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like to have everything ready. So what we'll do, we're gonna do onion rings too, right?
Yep.
So how about we go ahead and cut up, where's the onion at?
All right, so we threw the onion in there earlier before you got here. So we've been in here baking these onions.
Good.
See if they're ready to go.
Yeah, so what I'm doing now is just cutting these onions into rings. I don't know.
You want to put salt and pepper in this or anything?
Yeah, so you need, actually you need garlic powder, you
Okay.
need salt and pepper. So just do just eyeball it.
A little eyeball, a little garlic powder.
A little garlic powder in there, and then you're gonna use about a cup of beer. In the recipe, it calls for red ale. At the end of the day, if you don't have red ale,
I got these two buddies right here. What would you suggest?
I would go with the Negro.
Okay. Always go negro.
Yeah, I always go Negro. Yeah, so what you wanna do is, what the hell? What is this, man?
That's a little busted ass little tool, man.
What in?
This is a bootleg kitchen, don't forget.
So you should have about a cup in here.
Okay.
Or what you want to do is, that looks like it may be a cup. We're going to go in here real slow. It's going to be a thick batter. And whenever you add wet to dry, you want to go slow. You don't want to just dump it all in. Perfect. So that's kind of what you're looking for. Sure.
Okay.
Kind of like that. So get some oil down in the pan. So everything is pretty much prepped out. So that's, kind of like what the book is set up to do, is to kind of get all the prep work done and kind of get you in position to be successful. So I'll go ahead and start rolling out some of these sliders. We're looking for about 2 ounces, about like so. Boom, put that there. All right, so we got all those rolled out. So literally all we got to do now, actually, you know what? If you got another pan, we can do all this at once.
Yep.
The thing about this book is that it's approachable for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So it's not one of those type of cookbooks, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't create a book like that to where like you go through the ingredient list and it's like, oh man, I gotta order this on Amazon, or I gotta order this and that.
Yeah.
Right, everything that's in the book you can get at the grocery store.
All right, I'm going to switch spots over here because I know you got to get on this guy.
Yeah.
All right, coming in hot.
So these are sliders. They literally gonna cook about 3 minutes each side.
Yep.
Maybe a little less. Normally, what I would do if I was cooking a bigger burger, I would press in the middle just to create a little pocket to keep the air so they don't poof up. So let's go ahead and test that oil. The test that my grandmother used to tell me, to test your oil, you can just take the back of a spoon, a wooden spoon. If it bubbles, then it lets you know. You can see it starting to bubble just a little bit.
Yep. It's just fresh, like bing, boom.
Yeah, we're going straight
Right for the batter, right in, no resting
right there.
time. Okay.
No resting time.
Every year I get older, the more I like onion.
Now see, I used to
Hey,
have a
raw-
crazy uncle that used to eat raw onions, but he also, used to be a crackhead. So I don't know, what the correlation between raw onion and crackhead is.
Yeah, maybe he. If there is one or isn't one, I've never seen that. But I had a couple crackheads in my family too. I never seen them just busting into raw onion. But maybe they just weren't. They just didn't test it. Test the limits as much.
Yeah, all right, so we're gonna give these a good flip. Nice little crust on the outside. So those are gonna go another 2 minutes on that side. We're gonna take them off and let them rest. And I think that we should be good. Yeah. See, we got a nice little bubble action going on right now. See that?
Usually, see, I'm hardcore.
Yeah.
Usually I just dip my whole hand in there and just like, let's wait. You know what I mean?
So here we go. We're gonna drench these onions. We're gonna get them right in the batter here.
So right from the batter, right to the oil.
Right to the oil, just like that. We're gonna have onion rings, ketchup, sliders, all done at the same time. You can't get this. You can only get this in Game Day Eats.
Game Day Eats, that's it. Even if you're in Houston, sucks for you. get the book and get home, make it.
So actually, let's go ahead. We can get some cheese on that. Just put them on there and we can pop them in the oven. Perfect. Let's go ahead and flip these onion rings. Nice and golden brown. Perfect.
These look like they were made in a restaurant for sure.
So we're gonna let those go and they'll be done in a couple minutes. See how quick that all came together though?
Yes, sir.
Just the prep work. And again, like you can build these however you want, like if you got lettuce, tomato, but the base is having that jerk spice and this ketchup. So what we'll do is go ahead and get some of this down. It's all coming together. You can go ahead and pull those onion rings too.
All right. I'm gonna start rocking that beer batter a lot.
Man, it's simple and easy. You don't need any egg. Ooh.
The most basic of just having the ketchup, the jerk ketchup,
Yep.
cheese and the meat, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, you're gonna see it's gonna be packed with flavor.
All right, that's what we got right here. Quick and easy, on it real quick. Eddie Jackson coming in here showing off his skills. Some people are good at one thing here and there, and some people just good at everything. Just right from heaven, right down here, just bringing the hits and bringing more hits.
This is addictive. That ketchup is everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Eddie Jackson's Game Day Eats. Bring the tailgate into your house, right, Eddie?
Flavor. Boom. Pow. Boom. Pow. Pow.
Tell us where we can find the book.
Yeah, so the book out today, September 24th. Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, literally wherever you buy your books, you can get it.
I can't thank you enough for coming out. You the man. Keep crushing it non-stop.
Yeah.
That's this episode of $20 Chef. Make sure you guys get on there. Get this book. My man Eddie Jackson, he ain't fucking around.